Okay, we're going to start the brown belt Newaza. Now, on the Newaza chart, it's all on one chart, and as an instructor, you should know who is ready to be doing what. What I demonstrated at blue belt is basically all the blue belt stuff. If the person gets real good, you can slide them onto some of the brown belt stuff if you want to. There's no significant change in the danger level. It's just, you know, how well they're picking up on things. So let's start with the brown guard. Guard Uditami. Very basic technique, very dangerous technique. Okay? Person's got their hands on your chest, basically. Okay? And I'm holding them down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak my arm through here, and I'm going to wrap it around like I'm trying to take a good guard. And once I go to try to take a good guard, he pushes away. So he's out here like this. And then I'm just going to figure four right here and snap that elbow. Boom. Okay, so I'm holding a good guard and he pulls away. Boom, right there. Crack. Okay, next one we're going to do is we're going to do leg over udigarami. So what's going to happen here is, and this happens often, people go to do a jujigatami, right? And this is done correctly. Right? I've done the far arm. So two things can happen. Number one, they grab the wrong arm and go for jujigatami, find out they've got the wrong arm. Okay? By this level, you shouldn't be doing that. But what can happen is you can go for jujigatami and they can pull their arm out like that, and that leaves an arm behind. Okay, so let's look at that. Change direction here a little bit. So I'm going for jujigatami. Pulls his arm out and leaves his arm behind. I'm just going to grab it in a figure four, push down on the head, and do a reverse udigarami. So it's a leg over udigarami. Okay, udihizagatami means an arm-leg lock. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop underneath the arm and put my foot on his hip. I'm going to push away and go like this. So now he's wedged in between my knees. The arm is right here on my shoulder. And I just snap the elbow. Okay. Arm underneath, foot on the other hip, pivot, and snap. You can put both hands on it. You can do this with the bones of your hands. Either one is fine. Okay, next one. Guard. Rollover juji. Okay. So what this comes in handy is I went to do Sankaku Jimmy. And as I went to do Sankaku Jimmy, he just throws my leg right over his head and backs his head out. So now I'm over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this leg and I'm going to kind of sit up and stuff it down in between his legs. Okay? Once I stuff it down there, I'm just going to grab his belt, flip him backwards, take juji. So again, I thought I had this great Sankaku coming, he just throws it over the top. Just sit up, put my leg in the middle, throw him over, take juji. That's roll over juji. Okay. From mount, juji to tatsumaki. So, here, doing my basic white or yellow belt jujigatami, he pushes up, and I take juji. Okay, so what's going to happen now for tatsumaki is he's going to throw my leg off the top of his head. Okay, so now I really can't get a good juji. So I switch this foot under his head, and I'm going to flick him up and over. Pivot with him, come up on my knees, do jujigatami. Let's look at it from this angle over here. He pushes up, I take my juji, throws the leg off, and I stuff my other foot underneath, throw him up, I come up kneeling. Let's just turn a little bit so you can see. Come up kneeling like this, with it between my legs for a juji, for a tatsumaki. Okay, the other juji I'm doing, he pushes, I take juji, and he holds his hands tight. So now it's like, I can't get it out. Okay. I'm going to take this foot, I'm going to put it through the hole, take this one off of his head. Now he's got a way out. He can just spin right towards me. But as he does, I'm just going to pivot right into a juji, into a sankaku. Okay. Let's hit that again. here in Juji. Okay, I'm going to stuff my foot through, and I'm going to pull it back. There I am, right in the Sankaku. So mount rear roll. So now he's in mount. And he goes to sit up just a little bit. I'm going to breach him over, follow it up with my feet, push on his armpits, set up in dashi. Okay, from the back position, rolling juji. I'm sorry, no, Sankaku juji first. So we're in the back position here. I got him like this. Okay, so he starts slipping downwards. Like he's got to do arm over pass. And as he does, I take advantage by putting my foot over his shoulder. Okay? Once he does that, I grab it with my other hand. Okay, and I'm starting to get ready to do a Sankaku position. Once I'm here, I'm going to pull his arm back. Take that Sankaku. Okay, so let's look at that final position again. Okay, person's laying back. This is over the top. Arm is pulled back. Figure 4. Right here. Okay. That's it. Okay, one of the ways that I get it when we're doing more of a fight type situation is you start doing this. They don't like that. So not only do they try to slip out, but then they start to try to block it with their hands. Once they do that, it's over. Okay. Now rolling juji from the back. So this back is where they're on all fours. Okay, they're on all fours. And you've taken back like this. Right, so you're on their back. Now I want to come under, obviously if you remember from white and yellow, I want to pull that arm under to roll them over. But I just can't. I'm pulling and pulling and they're just a rock. So I'm going to do the rolling juji. Step over. Okay, you're here. I'm going to start rolling backwards. Okay, when you first start practicing this, what I like people to do is they have their head off the ground. Okay, so his head's up. Only for his safety's sake until he gets used to what this feels like. Because I'm about to stuff my foot under his face. Okay, if his face is all the way down, I'm still going to stuff it under, but it's going to really just go bash. So just to be nice, his head's up, and I stick it underneath and we don't break each other's jaw. And then I just roll towards his back into juji. I can also go forward with this one. I'm here, I'm trying to get it and I can't. So I'm coming over to here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch hands. Come down on my shoulder, grab his pant leg, throw him over, take juji. So you can do it either way. Okay. Open guard. Drop juji. Okay. So we're going to start out. He's going to stand up and I'm going to go just like I'm doing Tomonagi. When I get up in the air, okay, I'm going to take the hand that I'm grabbing his elbow, and I'm going to push it underneath that way and drop my left foot out. So he comes down in between my legs. So here, up, drop it. Also got it from this angle. He stands up. Get underneath with both feet. Lift him up. Twist that arm underneath. Drop him in. Take juji. Okay, open guard. Knee bar. Okay, sorry, reverse knee bar. So, he stands up. I've got this open guard position where I've got two feet here. I'm going to drop this one through, reach underneath, and then pivot up onto my shoulder. As I do, I drop this knee to the outside, and then I force him back into a knee bar. Just like that from this angle. Oh, my foot slips through, and my hand slips through. Pull, pivot up on your shoulder, way up on your shoulder. Push back, and roll into your knee bar. Okay, let's do knee on stomach. Key lock. Okay, so I've done knee on stomach. As he does the ankle hook. So before I get thrown, I want to back up with this foot. As I back up with this foot, I'm going to push down with the foot he's got hooked. And come right back into the key lock. So my knee on stomach. Again, the foot that's out, that's going to pivot back and away. The one he's holding, I'm going to push down to the mat. Okay? Pivot behind. Hold on. There you go. Okay. Okay, next one, side position, rolling Jujitsu. So, let's now you're up on all fours. Okay, so I'm at the person's side. I haven't taken their back, okay? I'm at their side. So, what I want to do here, I have to be very careful of this arm. I really never want to reach over like this, unless I've already got something going on with this arm. If somebody reaches over the top of your back like this, you just hook their arm and roll. Boom. And you've got Jujitsu. So make sure you are over somebody's side. You don't reach around in here, but you're more like this. So I'm going to reach into his collar and just stick my thumb in, and basically hold his collar. And then I'm going to be coming in your direction. I'm going to be diving through this hole. I'm going to be putting my arm and my head through this hole. Okay? Right there. So here, get the collar up, dive, get him in between your legs. Boom, kata hajime. Okay? If you start getting any kind of problems with that, right, what can you do from here? Right. You can just take your sankaku. One more time. Okay, so let's just look at it from the other side here. Underneath, here, and roll them right over into kata hajime. Okay, Oten shimmy, lobster choke. Again, we're on the side. And again, I'm in this position where I've got the lapel in my hand here. This time I'm going to step over his shoulder. So I'm stepping like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll back in the direction of the arm that's holding his lapel. And I'm going to stick the opposite foot deep in underneath his arm. Okay. Yeah. This also works excellently if we were more in front and he had hugged my leg, he grabbed my leg. Okay? So now I know he's going to try to pull me and knock me over. So what I want to do is just pull out over the top. There I am. Choke. Anybody remember what comes after this? Sure do. Sankaku Jimmy again. It's everywhere. I remember. And all four is rear knee bar. Okay, so when somebody's here on the side, what you'll often find, especially in wrestling or other grappling arts, is they will put their leg in between your legs. Thanks, let's turn around here. So their leg is in between your legs, this way or this way, to try to have a good position. And that's not a good place to be. So let's take a look at what happens there. Okay, so as you notice, if you look down here, there's his leg. So that's automatically just setting me up for a knee bar. So I'm just going to reach through, take a knee bar. Okay, come on the other side. Legs are in between. Just reach through. Okay, and I'm going to stuff my head and my shoulders and my head and my shoulders, my head and my shoulders. Until I get a knee bar. Okay, so you should start becoming really familiar with all the positions on a person's leg, just like you did on your arms. Okay. So, remember what we said. Your brown belt is dangerous techniques. The Newaza is answers to questions that come up from previous answers. You should make sure that your students know how to defend themselves by the time they're finished with yellow belt. Blue belt gives them a wider range of techniques that are sort of answers to the what-ifs from white and yellow belt. Brown belt are dangerous techniques or far more advanced grappling techniques.